I am the best Godzilla! I am the legendary Monsterverse Godzilla!
I am the best. I'm from 1954 and I can still kick your young little ass. Ha 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 ha. Can you hear that noise? I hear it. I hear a noise. What is this noise? Oh my god.
With one exhale, buildings melt and cities fail. Born from nuclear energy, Godzilla will extinct humanity. Godzilla is back. This time it's brought to us by Toho, and I've been hyped for this film for so long, ever since it was announced. I think the trailers did a great job of kind of keeping the story at bay, not really revealing too much, but showing us in glory what Godzilla is going to be for this film. And I'm just so happy that we've got another Japanese Godzilla film. You know, it's been like 7 years since Shin Godzilla, so it's been a long time since we got a Toho, a classic Toho era Godzilla movie. I'm saying this with all sincerity possible. This might be the best Godzilla ever made. I adore the 1954 original. I think it's a staple for 50s cinema. But there's something about this one that may just trump it, in my opinion. This is the best film of 2023. And it might be one of the best films that has come out in the last 10 years for me. There is not a film that has engrossed me like Godzilla Minus One, with its down-to-earth characters, with their own troubles and tribulations. It's post-war Japan, so Japan's reeling from just an absolute horrific, period in their time. And the citizens, the people on the ground level here, are tired, broken, mentally scarred from what they've seen during the war. And to get Godzilla coming in at this kind of awful time for these people, it's just harrowing stuff. And it is just like, it is a bleak movie. It's heartbreaking. It's heartwarming in times as well. It's very human in its storytelling for me. And it really tells us a great story of a everyday man looking to find himself and be able to break through this idea of him feeling guilty for his inaction during the war. And it's such a powerful message as well. A very anti-war film in nature, and it's a very anti-Japanese government from that time as well, because when you look at it from the citizens' perspective, they are they were at that time sending these people out. It was a horrible time for Japan, and I think this film really capitulates the horror and the despair of that time. And to bring Godzilla into it, like I said, is such a interesting dynamic, because Japan are already reeling in this movie. They are devastated. They are trying to rebuild to as much as they can in a point, and then Godzilla comes in and absolutely decimates part of Japan big time. The film follows a man known as Shingishima. He was a kamikaze pilot, and he abandons his duties, and due to his inaction, it results in deaths that he could basically, couldn't prevent. And he is haunted throughout the film with dreams and just his own self-guilt of, him not being able to save these people. And it takes, Godzilla showing up for him to really step up and really be the man he feels like he should have been in the war. It's such a great dynamic, such a great character development for him. There's so much depth there in how they portray this character and what he's going through mentally up there. It's very clever, very well written. You feel for him, you care about him, and you care about the people around him in this film as well. It's so well done. The writing is so good, incredible, I would say, in this film. This is one of the best human kind of redemption stories in a way that I've ever been engrossed with in cinema. It's so well done. I've always said about the Monsterverse movies, how they book down the awesome monster stuff with unbearably dull and excruciatingly awful human stuff. Godzilla Minus One answers all my prayers in that regard and gives us a perfectly balanced film that gives us the action and carnage from Godzilla that we all go to see Godzilla for, but then we get this heartwarming, this determined, just a beautiful story about this man trying to be the man he always wanted to be and be this family man and protect the people that he cares about. It's such a great balance of human drama and Godzilla carnage. There are some terrifying moments in this film, and I think most of it is because of Godzilla's rampage here. I believe we got the most, terrifying Godzilla in this movie. He has no motivations. He turns up and he absolutely just destroys everything. Going from the opening, the opening 10 minutes is set up enough for what Godzilla can do. But when you get him later in the film and he's actually almost at like full power, he is unbelievably just destructive, unrelenting, brutal. He does not give a damn about anyone. He is just going to wreck everything. And it is scary. It is terrifying. The anger of Godzilla, the rage, you see it in Godzilla's eyes. It's all about his eyes in this movie. Everyone brings it up. He has such, rage and just anger in his pupils that you can, you kind of see where Godzilla's coming from in that. He's full of rage. He wants to punish humanity in this movie, and he really does. It's terrifying. Everything about this film is great. The score is awesome. When that classic Godzilla approaches theme kicks in, you get all hyped up in the movie because it's epic. The sound design is amazing as well. Godzilla's roar is absolutely deafeningly loud and just awesome. Yeah, this film is just a masterpiece. That word has been thrown out a lot, but for me, it's filmmaking perfection. It's a 10 out of 10 movie. It's one of the best, if not the best, Godzilla film we've ever had. I'm a big fan of that 54 film, but this one, there's something about this that I just absolutely adore. I saw it yesterday. I cannot wait to see it again. I might have to see it again before it finishes its cinematic run, its theatre run. I must go and see it on as big of a screen as I can. And I implore everybody to go and see this film on the biggest screen that you could get, because it is absolutely a must watch for everyone. Even if you're not into Godzilla or Kaiju, I think there's something there for everyone when it concerns just the general story it tells here, that I think everyone would actually really enjoy this one. There are people that I follow on YouTube that are not Kaiju fans that absolutely love this movie. And I feel like that can happen to a lot of people who go and give this movie a shot. Go and watch it. Just engross yourself in the story being told, in the visuals, in the sounds. It's literally everything I want from a movie going to the cinema. It has everything there, and it's going to be difficult to top this movie for me. It's going to be absolutely hard to beat this one out. This is going to be in my top 5 Godzilla films of all time easily. Up there, really up there in the top 3, really, basically. I haven't really decided yet. I might have a bit of recency bias with that, but it is one of the best Godzilla films we've ever got. And it's just so cool that the director of this also wrote the film. He also oversees the visual effects. Really cool to see that. He was the visual effects director for Shin Godzilla, so he's had a big promotion there for this movie. But you can tell he had a vision. He had something to say. The film has messages there that I think are really important, and like they're evergreen messages you want to hear all the time because they are really meaningful. And this film is great. I absolutely love it. I think it doesn't have a dull moment. There are slower moments towards the towards the end of the second act before it gets into the final act. There is a bit of a kind of like a quieter down moment, but I think it's there, and it's there on purpose to redevelop the characters even more and really build up the pressure for this final, the awesome final act in this movie. So I think there's no negative I can really say here. The acting is amazing. There's one sequence where I'm just like almost welling up with tears because it's so emotional, it's so powerful. Yeah, you're going to be going through a roller coaster of emotions with this movie. You're going to smile, you're going to laugh, you're going to be absolutely at your wits' end, almost to tears at some moments. This is everything I want from a Godzilla movie. It's everything I want from just a movie in general. And yeah, everyone needs to go and see this. Godzilla Minus One is a 10 out of 10 movie, and you need to go and see it. How the fucking kaiju?